Hey, how the devil are you? Right, so Fosi have sent me this. Right, it is the, I gotta read it out because I can't remember the name, it's full of numbers and letters. It's the Fosi Audio DA-2120A, and it's a Bluetooth 5.0 audio amplifier DAC amp stereo receiver. Ooh, now, this is actually quite a decent prospect, that if it sounds all right, okay? If you're looking for a cheap desktop solution, then, do you know what? The guy across the road, right, he must be mid-70s, 80s, and he always puts my bin away, and he's just putting it away now. I was like, who the hell is that? And I look out the window, and there he is, putting my bin away, so fair play to him, thank you. Saves me doing it, doesn't it? Anyway, where was I? He distracted me now. Yeah, and this is quite a decent prospect because at the moment on eBay, right across the board in pretty much every country, I think, USA, Europe, have a look anyway, right? But this is eBay UK, and it's got a 15% discount, and this is selling for £80, 74 pence. Okay, don't know why they couldn't round it up to 80, but there we are. Round it down to 80, I should say. And it's got a DAC in it, Bluetooth, I think aptX HD, I think so. It's got an auxiliary in, PC USB input, coaxial, sub out, speakers. So if you're looking for a cheap desktop solution, fill your boots. I mean, £80. Look, that's if it sounds good. If it sounds rubbish, then you're wasting 80 quid. But it sounds like a pretty decent prospect to me. Anyway, let's get it out of the box. But I was thinking I'm doing a lot of Halloween-themed videos now. And if you're watching this in March or July, you're going to be thinking, what's going on? Okay. He's doing it again, love. Well, if you are watching this in July, I'm filming this now on the 17th of the 10th. So Halloween's in 2 weeks. That's why it's Halloween themed, okay? So if you are watching this in July, there you go. Anyway, let's get it out of the box. Let's have a quick look at the specs. So total harmonic distortion is 0.01. It's okay. It's not bad at all. It's all right. It's more than passable. Signal to noise ratio, 105 dB. Yeah, that's okay. It's not bad at all. It's all right. Bluetooth is version 5. There we are. And that does go up to aptX HD. The power supply is 24 volt, 4.5 amp, 4.5 amp. You can't change that. You're stuck with that. You can't change that out for anything else. Output is 50 times 50 into 4 ohms. Doesn't say what it is into 8 ohms or 6 ohms, but I'm guessing 40 and 30 respectively, around about there. I'm using it with my Wharfedale 12.2s. They're rated nominal impedance at 8 ohms, but they can go as low as 4 ohms. So I'm okay with these. Just check the specs on your speakers. It says recommended is 4 ohm, but terminating impedance is 2 to 6 ohm. But I think the Wharfedales will be fine. Frequency range 20 to 20. There's your input modes there. We've already been through that. Passive speakers. And then you can put an active subwoofer on it. And your sampling frequency is 24.192 into pretty much everything. And it supports up to Windows 10, Mac and Linux. It's using a Qualcomm chip for Bluetooth, and it's using the CM6642 chip for the USB, and it's using a Texas Instruments NE5532 op amp. Doesn't say anything about the DAC anywhere that I can see. Let's have a quick look at the features. So just a quick press to turn it on. Now, as you can see, the camera's not picking it up quite right. I can't turn the brightness down, so it is a little bit of flicker and it looks a little bit blurry. I think you can see it okay though. But with your eyes, it's very clear, very sharp. So you can go through your inputs just by pressing the button here: Bluetooth, auxiliary, coaxial, optical, USB, and back to normal again, right? And then you've got your volume. And there you go. That's pretty much it, all you can do on the panel. So most of the functions are on the remote. Let's just zoom out a little bit. There you go. So most of the functions are on the remote. And I was surprised to find, I thought, first of all, I didn't realize there was tone controls on it. But it's got bass, so you can turn the bass up. I think it's plus and minus 12 dB. Just double check that. Yep, plus and minus 12 dB. Got treble. Okay, that's pretty cool. You've got an EQ. So there we are, EQ. Got to remember, this is 80 quid. Right, it's got an EQ, normal, right. Volume. Okay, you've got recover there, which I think is just a reset button. But not only that, you've got a loudness button. And you've got 2 levels of loudness, 1 and 2. One's obviously 2 is stronger than 1. And that's ideal for sort of quiet listening, especially near field if you've got it as a desktop. That's brilliant, fantastic. And then you can get your inputs there. Standby button, mute. So there we are. But all the functions are on the remote, so don't lose this, whatever you do. There we are. Okay, that's all well and good, but does this sound any good? So what I've done, I've put it up against the SMSL HA1, the amp I reviewed I think last week. And what I've done, I set both amps to 0 dB in the bass and the treble. There's no jiggery pokery, there's no equalizer or anything like that. Just want to see how they sound as they are neutral, okay? Anyway, have a listen to this. So what do you think of that? Let me know in the comments section. Love to know your thoughts. But here's what I think. Now, obviously, I just played you one track. I've listened to a few tracks on both of them. And I've got to say, the Fosi audio performed pretty decent, pretty well, okay? I thought the HA one was better, not unsurprisingly. And obviously the HA one has headphone out. It's got a better user interface. It's got a more impressive user interface, etc., etc. But sound-wise, I can't say there was a huge difference. The HA one was better. It had a bit more bottom-end grunt. The detail retrieval was slightly better. But apart from that, you know, I think the Fosi audio held its own, done pretty good. One thing I will say about the Fosi, obviously, you're only getting, if you're into 4 ohms, 50 watts per channel, which should be fine for some if you're using 8 ohm speakers. It doesn't recommend 8 ohm speakers, recommends 6 ohms. You might be getting a bit less. But what I did find is if you really push it hard, especially if you're getting up to like 85 to 90% volume, it starts getting a bit shouty. It starts losing composure a little bit. But, you know, who's going to play it that loud? You know, especially in an office, desktop situation, near field listening in a small bedroom. It's unlikely. I mean, I was really pushing it before. We did go a bit freaky. But apart from that, it performed really well. Anyway, links will be in the description below if you want to go and have a look on eBay for that. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll catch you in the next one.